Hey folks, Red, White, and Bill here. So we're a day and a half away from that most wonderful time, the time where we take an hour at 2 o'clock in the morning. Most of us are smart enough to do it before 2 o'clock in the morning, but take the time to waste an hour to bring our clocks backwards an hour so that we get less than an hour of sleep, so we have one more hour of daylight forced on us. In a roundabout way, I guess. That's the way it comes across. So I've ranted, I've raved, I've complained about this for years, and this time I decided to do something different. I thought, I'm going to find out who to complain about. So I did some little fact checking. And I found out that in 1895, a New England entomologist, that's a guy who basically masturbates to bugs. Not really, he's just super into bugs. They call themselves scientists, and they look at bugs and study bugs, but a nerd who masturbates to bugs. George Vernon Hudson, he proposed changing clocks for more daylight so that he could touch himself while looking at bugs longer. Back in 1895. So he's the nerd who wanted to look at bugs longer, and he was the first one to have the idea. So we're following the footsteps of bug pedophiles, just so you know. It was actually instituted nationwide in Germany during World War I so they can conserve coal. We know how that ended for Germans. They lost the war. So we followed in the footsteps of losers. And of course, we followed in the footsteps of not only losers, but mass murderers, because that same country also instituted a mass genocide of some 6 million Jews that once again we had to go and stop because they're losers and murderers. And so they were the first ones to institute it nationwide. So that's another country that we're following. Good job. Way to follow in the footsteps of losers and murderers. Well done, America. So maybe they have the right idea about clocks, just not how to treat other people. So Germans, first ones to institute it nationwide during World War I. We started doing it in the I think the 40s. I didn't really look at that because I didn't care at that point, because there's two people already now that I'm pissed off at. In the 70s, studies showed that we used 1% less energy because of daylight saving time. 1%. We're going through all of this crap every 6 months to save 1% energy. But seriously, that was in the 70s. And so we know that in the 70s that they didn't have home computers, or most homes didn't have ACs. We also didn't have 500 channels that run 24/7 so that we, went to bed earlier. So all of that 1% that we saved in conserving energy back in the 70s because of daylight saving time, it's a waste. No point in that anymore. So now I ask you, why do we do it? Why? It doesn't conserve energy. We proved that. Losers and nerds are the ones that decided that we should do this. And the only thing I can think of is that because we have done it, we just continue to do it. Both sides of our country right now, Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, liberals, agree that we need a change. They don't agree on how to get to the change, whether it be gun control or President Trump or women's rights or all the other crap that's going on that they constantly bitch about every single day on Facebook. Go look. We can't agree on anything. Let's agree on one thing. Let's agree that it's time for a change. And that change needs to happen with no more daylight saving time. It does nothing other than make us more tired on a Sunday after we set our clocks and lose an hour of sleep. It does nothing when we do it in the fall other than go, oh wow, I feel so refreshed because I got 9 hours of sleep instead of 8. If you want that, go to bed earlier or wake up earlier, people. Don't force it on everybody else. God bless America. There's your fun facts on daylight saving time. Let's get rid of it. Don't be a bug pedophile. Don't be a mass murderer, all right? How about that? God bless America.